to the Spring to Life method. I'm Caitlin, and this is Refresh and Restore Healthy Shoulder Foam Roller. As you can see, I have a full-length foam roller here. I also have some light hand weights. They're not necessary. It's just to give me a little feedback. I actually only have 1 pound here. 1 or 2 pounds is plenty if you want to use them, but you could just hold a fist as well. So before we get moving, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that we can stay consistent with our Pilates practice together. We are going to start with this foam roller, long ways on the mat, and we are going to get our spine supported. So you're going to sit your hips at one end, gently roll your spine down. So you should feel your tailbone and your head supported by the roller. And then we're going to go parallel with our feet here, toes pointing forward, heels pointing back towards our seat. And you want to make sure your knees are not swaying in the wind here. Stack your knees right under your hips. Now, make sure those weights are nearby. We're going to grab those. We're going to start with some shoulder protraction and retraction here. So take your weights if you're holding them, or just make fists and send your fists up towards the ceiling, and make sure we're not locking our elbows out here. This is really key to keeping our shoulders healthy because we can't really connect to our back if our elbows are locked out. So you want to keep a soft bend there, and already you should feel how that kind of settles your shoulder into your back a little bit more. Now we're going to try to keep our elbows in this position, and we're going to protract by reaching our knuckles up towards the ceiling and gliding our shoulder blades away from the roller. Now we're going to retract by pulling the shoulder blades down and almost trying to pinch the roller with your shoulder blades. So with the inhale, protract, reach your shoulders away from the roller. Exhale, pull down, pinch the roller. So just a few times, reach up, squeeze it down, up and down. And notice as you do this, if your roller is really wobbling, if you're really wobbling, really push through your feet, breathe into your belly, and try to center yourself. One more time, reach up with the shoulders, retract, pull down, and now just let them come to their natural resting position. Turn your palms away from you. Elbows are still soft. We'll go with arm arcs. So now with the inhale, the arms reach back and overhead. And especially if you have the weights, you don't want to let them pull you to the floor, because now, again, we've lost connection. You can see my rib cage kind of popped from the roller. So I want to lift my arms probably in line with my ears and draw my rib cage down against the roller. So this is my overhead place. I'm going to reach back to the ceiling and press the arms down. And then again, same thing here. Don't let your arms just drop. We want to stay connected where we're working. Hold the weights or your fists in line with your hips. So arm arcs, inhale, arms reach up and back. And as your arms pull back, you're trying to draw your ribs down. So these ribs are pulling down rather than splaying open. And you use that connection to pull them down and forward. Inhale, arc back. Exhale, arc down. Few more here. Kind of imagine tracing a rainbow over your body here. The apex of the rainbow is directly over your shoulders. One more time. Reaching up and back and reaching down and forward. Now single arm arcs. Keep one arm down by your side. Allow the other arm to reach overhead. Careful not to lock that elbow. Keep it a little soft, especially if you're hypermobile. They pass each other over the shoulders and change. And change. Now again, check in here if you're really wobbling. Try to find your center and take the wobbles out. You might feel that space between your shoulder blades loosening up a little bit now against the foam roller, which is good. Let's do a few more of these single arms. Last one each side. We'll end with our fists up towards the ceiling here for arm circles. So now we know our kind of boundaries of the arms. With the inhale, we reach back. They circle open to the side and down by your hips. Now, if you're somebody that has some sensitivities, maybe some injuries you're recovering from in your shoulders, you'll really notice if you go beyond your range, because this circle will be really uncomfortable. So I'm kind of doing it sloppy right now. I'm letting the weights pull my hands to the floor. If I had any shoulder issues going on, I would definitely feel like that's a no-go. So that's why we want to really stay in line with the body and connected. And then the challenge is, as you open to the sides, this is a long lever, I've got a little bit of weight, I have to keep my arms connected. Inhale, reach back, circle open, palms turn down. So somewhere between this T place to the side and your hips, the palms rotate towards the floor. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. We'll end with the weights to the ceiling. Reverse the circle, press down, circle open, overhead, and press forward. In line with the hips, the palms rotate, bring them overhead, push forward. So I'm really trying to keep my rib cage, my mid-back, connected with my roller here, and keep the line of my arms in line with my body. Let's do our last 2. And 1. From here, let's go ahead and put those weights down. Carefully roll off to one side of the roller. Push that out. Now we're done with the weights for now. We are going to turn our roller crossways and forward of us for a little bit of extension. So we're going to come onto our stomachs. You can go wide on the mat with your legs, kind of kinder to the low back. And then your forearms, kind of mid forearm, is going to rest on the roller. And we're going to let our forehead find the mat in between. If this is really a big stretch for your head to come down to the floor, you could also always place like a small folded towel or a small pillow under your forehead to support your neck. Now we're going to try to just relax here. There's still some energy through your arms. And we're going to do now some shoulder elevation and depression. So elevation means rising up. So you're going to lift your shoulders towards your ears, maybe push the roller away a little bit. And then depress the shoulders, pull them away from your ears down your back. And we're, again, trying to keep your elbows pretty straight here. So the shoulder blade is really where this movement is coming from. Let's take 2 more breaths here. I like to use the inhale to shrug my shoulders up and the exhale to shrug them down. Last one. Now we're going to add to that movement. So inhale, you shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, you pull them down the back. Lift your head between your arms. Keep pushing down into your forearms. Maybe you see the roller. And then reach your heart forward. Head down, shoulders shrug up to your ears. They pull down your back, push down into your forearms. Lift your head. Lift your gaze. And lengthen forward. Let's do that a few more times. So what we should be feeling here, especially as you pull the shoulders down the back, is that this part of your back starts to turn on. And when those lats turn on, that's when we can really start to lift our chest. Now, if you feel like you have more room to go, put more weight in your legs, pick your belly up. And we're not picking our shoulders up to our ears. So the whole point of this is to keep those shoulders down the back. Lengthen forward, forehead down. Now, it doesn't really matter how high you are coming up in this back extension. What matters is how your shoulders are placed and connecting with your back. So if you're only coming up to here today, but you feel connected and strong, that's plenty. Let's do this 2 more times. Press down, scoop your waist towards your back, and lengthen forward. Last one. And lengthen forward. Bend your knees, let your feet drop side to side. And then let's sit up. We are going to finish with now a little lat release. A lot of this little workout is about bringing awareness to the lats. And sometimes a little foam rolling is the best way to do it. So you are going to position kind of your armpit over the roller and then support your head with your hand. It doesn't need to be, I mean, it could be depending on how tight you are, but you don't want it directly in your armpit, maybe a little bit below. And then from here, knees and hips are stacked, and you're just gonna roll a little forward with your ribs and a little back. And you just wanna find kind of that meaty part of your back right on the side under your armpit. And that is where your lat lives. And probably whether you are good at using it or not yet, it feels a little tender. So that's what we are exploring here. Breathing as we roll, and then find the center and see if you can lift your elbow. Maybe the roller pushes out a little bit and rolls under a little bit. We're just going to do that 4 more times. Push it out. This is the tender part for me. 3, 2, 1. All right, gently come up off of there. Grab your shins and just take a big stretch in opposition in a mermaid. And come up. I'm going to turn away from you for the second side, just so you can kind of see placement a little bit more here. So we come down on our second side. Careful you're not pushing your head into your chest. Lift your head in line with your spine. And then we just roll a little bit, front and back, front and back. Finding your tender spot. If that means you need to move the roller a little bit up or down, that's totally fine. Finding your breath. And then settle in the center here and see if you can lift the elbow. Roll it a little away and under. Roll it away and under. 3 more times. 2, 1, and relax. Carefully push up. Grab your outside shin. Big mermaid stretch. Lift. Okay. Find a seat. Roll your shoulders out. That was Healthy Shoulder Foam Roller from the Spring to Life method. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And please leave a comment below about how this felt so that we can continue growing our practice together.